Kenneka lives matter.
Absolutely. Put it back up.
Kenneka lives matter.
Put it up here on top of the fly. Cloud. That's right.
Tune in and keep pushing and keep supporting.
Oh, there's my man. Hey, do me a favor.
What's up?
All right? We got to do the thing, right? Here's what I want you to do. I'm fully behind a protest. You guys want your voices heard, and I got no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I'm here to make sure that happens.
My man.
All right?
My man.
Firmly believe.
Hey, y'all clap it up for him. That's love. That's love. Clap it up for him. And we appreciate that. We just
Here's the deal, and the only thing I'm going to say is I want your voices heard. I want you to be able to say what you want to say and get your message out. I got no problem with that. The only thing I will ask in return is that we don't block the driveway. Okay? If we keep it on the public sidewalk and let the people who need to be walking, I mean, they're doing their business too. We'll let them pass without a problem. You guys can be here. You can be as loud as you want. You can make whatever statements you want to make, and we will make sure that nobody bothers you and doesn't make that happen. You get to say what you want to say.
Chief, let us tell us justice for Kenneka, man. Can we just hear you say that?
he can't hear.
Justice for
He's not
Kenneka.
gonna say that.
Hey, I've been saying that all along, have I not?
My man. Yeah, clap that up. Yeah.
Here's the way we look at it. This is how our department believes in this. We, number one, while we understand how you guys as a community feel, our number one priority is her family.
That's right. Absolutely.
We're more concerned that her family gets to find out what happened. But I'm not going to do that without knowing all the facts. Like I said before, we're not going to come out and I'm not going to say half truths. I'm not going to say half information. We want to be able to turn around and again, not dissing anybody, but I want to be able to tell the family, this is what happened, and I can prove it.
We are family.
That's where I'm going. It's more important that the family, that poor woman has to bury a child. Okay? And as I said to Jedediah earlier, I have 6 children of my own. And I put myself in her position. I don't know how I would feel. I can't even imagine how bad that would be. But what I have said is that as long as I as a father would be satisfied with the way this investigation is going, then I'm telling you our guys are doing a good job, and I'm satisfied. If it was my daughter, God forbid, I would be satisfied that these guys are really working. They're working hard. I won't even use the profanity. Okay? They're doing it. And so all we're saying right now is we will put this information out as soon as I can turn around and say, this isn't half information. This is what happened, and we can prove it. I'm not going to put anything out that I can't prove. And that, I think, that makes sense to me. So what I'm going to say right now is, get your voices heard.
Will there be a camera footage that shows the reason? Or will the camera
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Her family will see that before anybody does, and a lot of that is going to be up to them. I'm not going to put something out there that they don't want to be seen.
And so,
granted, there's
this footage from the hotel. I'm not saying are you putting it out.
Oh yeah, we do. We have camera footage, and it is part of the investigation. But like I said, and you got to understand, I'm not going to put out half truths. I'm not going to put out speculation. I'm not going to put out anything that I can't prove, because that's wrong. That's not. Why would I incite anybody, especially her mom? She doesn't need to hear half truth. I want to give her the truth, the whole truth, that I can back up with proof. That's exactly right. And so the only thing I will tell you, and let me just get this part by, that takes time. We don't and can't rush the process. We have to follow where the evidence leads us. I'm not going to speculate on what happened. I'm not going to pretend I know what happened. I will only act upon hard facts, and that takes time. We just can't do things. We can't speed up some processes. Some processes are out of our hands. Some things have to go through a scientific process, like the medical examiner's office, and they have to follow their procedure. They're not going to rush it just because we ask them to, or just because the community asks them to. They have a process, and it's been a successful process that they have been able to go unimpugned as to their neutrality. We want to use that neutrality as part of our evidence collection. So I want to know that when the ME tells me this is what happened, I have nothing but absolute respect for them and can believe them. And again, that'll be part of when we come out and say what we have found happen, what the evidence has led us to happen. I can say it without hesitation and say what I'm going to tell you is backed by fact. It's going to be backed by evidence.
Absolutely.
And that's where we have to go.
My man, we
Something
appreciate
showing
you.
us tomorrow.
Hey, y'all clap it up for him, man. We need more like him.
The last thing I'm going to
We
do
need
is
more
tell you
like him.
what the
We need more
timeline is,
like
because
him.
that's out of my
We
control.
need more like him.
Trying to get
So,
on that.
You know what?
we need
say
more like
justice
him.
for
Never
Kenneka?
said justice for
What can they
Kenneka.
say?
Absolutely. Justice for
I want to hear
Kenneka.
you say
Yeah,
it.
because
You can say it
I
on the
can't
mic.
even speak anymore.
You can say it on the mic.
Justice for Kenneka
Justice
is
for
absolutely.
Kenneka.
Isn't that what this is all about?
Yeah, it's all about.
And you know what? If we don't get it, shut it down. 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 Come on now.
The last thing I'll say, just one more time, is while I'm all good with it, and we will be here to make sure that you guys have the chance to voice your opinions, voice your feelings, let it out, get everybody to hear it. All I'm going to say is we need to let those who are doing business continue to conduct their business. We can't be blocking driveways, and we can't be stopping the public from being able to use the public sidewalk. You guys use the public sidewalk to get your message across. Allow the rest of the public to use the sidewalk for their business.
All right,
Is the
so let's
hotel
get us some
cooperating?
justice.
Is the hotel cooperating?
100%. The hotel has been proactively helping us in
Why
this
does it take 3
investigation.
days?
Because we're not giving out stuff that's pertinent to the investigation.
We got that.
What they've given us, we're not sharing. I'll tell you
So
that flat out.
we're not upset with the police department,
hope
but
not.
the fact that the mother was kicked out of the hotel, the fact that the hotel has not given a statement or released any information, and the fact that Chicago had to come all the way to Rosemont to let it be known that this is unacceptable is why we're here. We're not mad at the police, but we want real justice for Kenneka. And we're not leaving until we get it. Justice for Kenneka.
I said to you earlier, I said this to you earlier when we were in the village hall.
You did what?
I said that you're telling me you're a community activist. You can say this is Chicago coming to Rosemont. I don't look at it this way. I'm part of this community.
Nice.
And this community is just as upset. This community is just as concerned. This community wants the same answers. But they do. We want to think something bad is happening in our town. So we are going to follow through with this. This isn't a Chicago thing. This is a community thing, and communities go way beyond borders of towns.
Right.
They don't stop at the borders.
that.
So this is as much a concern for Rosemont as it is for Chicago.
What's your
Trust me.
I don't know, Officer Mack. A lot of people ain't know. We asked.
That's right. Thank
We
you.
asked.
Justice for Kenneka. Justice for Kenneka.